My greetings to all. I am Meenakshi Bhardwaj, Assistant Professor Computer Science from KL Mehta Dhyanand College for Women, Faridabad. As you all are attending a 4-day workshop on plethora of tools for online teaching organized by Department of Computer Science, this is your second day and our today's topic is Microsoft Excel. Let's have a brief discussion about Microsoft Excel. Microsoft Excel is a powerful spreadsheet that is easy to use and allows you to store, manipulate, analyze, and visualize data. Spreadsheets allow you to organize information in rows and tables with the added bonus of automatic mathematics. Spreadsheets have been used for many years in business to keep track of expenses and other calculations. Excel will keep track of numbers you place in cells, and if you define cells to refer to each other, any changes made in one cell will be reflected in these referring cells. It sounds a bit complicated, but Excel makes it all very easy. Microsoft Excel comes into the two versions, desktop version and mobile version. Desktop version is used for desktop and laptop computers. Mobile version is used for Android iOS, which is used in mobile phones. In this video, I will talk about the desktop version of Microsoft Excel. So let's start with the steps of how to open MS Excel. So in the first step, click on the window button present on the taskbar. A menu will appear above it. Click on all programs. Then click Microsoft Office. And at last click Microsoft Office Excel 2007. When you follow all these steps, the Excel window will look like this. Now let us have a brief discussion about components of a worksheet. Let's start with the left hand side corner or left top corner. Here we have the window button or office button. In the office, when we click on the office button, we have many commands: new, open, save, save as, print, prepare, send, publish and close. All these commands you have already gone through in the earlier videos. In the right hand side of the office button, there is a toolbar. This toolbar is called quick access toolbar. It contains mainly three buttons: save, undo and redo. Save is used to save your worksheet. Undo is used to undo the last action you have performed. Redo is used to redo the last action you have performed. Below this we have some tabs: home, insert, page layout, formula, data, review and view. Each tab is attached with a ribbon, and each ribbon has some commands which can be applied to our worksheet. Now come to the come below. We have below this we have some letters written, and in the left hand side there are some numbers are written in the left hand side. So the letters which are written in the above line are the column headings, and the letters written in the above line are the column headings, and the numbers written in the left hand side are the row headings. So each Excel spreadsheet contains 256 columns, and each column is named by a letter or combination of letters, and each row heading is named by a number, and each spreadsheet contains 65,536 rows. Above this we have a box, that is above column heading we have a box. The box is called name box. Name box shows the address of current selection or active cell. That means if I am in the cell E6, then the name box will contain the address E6. If I am in the cell B3, then the name box will contain the address B3. That is, the current selected cell has a particular address and that address is contained in the name box. In the right hand side of name box, we have a bar that is called a formula bar. Formula bar displays information entered or being entered as you type in the current or active cell. The contents of a cell can also be edited in the formula bar. Now we have talked about cell, or we are talking about cell, but we don't discussed about what is a cell. Now we will discuss what is a cell. A cell is an intersection of column and a row. That is, where a column and a row intersect, then that part becomes a cell. As you see in this video, the current selected cell has the address B3. So each and every cell has a unique address and that is contained in the name box. The heavy border around the selected cell is called the cell pointer. Below this, at the bottom of our window, Excel window, we have a tab. This is called the sheet tab. The sheet tab contains the number of sheets we have in our spreadsheet or in our file, Excel file. So we can insert new worksheet in our file using the insert worksheet button. So if I want to add a new sheet, I just press this insert worksheet button and a new sheet will be added to my file. In the left hand side of sheet tab, there are some buttons. These buttons are the navigation buttons. Navigation buttons allows you to move to another worksheet in an Excel workbook. So what is a workbook? The file you create and save in Excel is called a workbook. It contains a collection of worksheets which look similar to an accountant's ledger sheets with lines and grids, but can perform calculations and other tasks automatically. That is, a workbook is the collection of multiple worksheets. Now let's start with how to create and edit a worksheet. Before creating a worksheet, we should know about how to select cells, as you must select a cell and make it active to work with it. That is, if I want to start work on an Excel worksheet, I should know how to select a cell or how to select multiple cells on a worksheet. Without selecting a cell, I cannot make any changes to my worksheet. So before creating or editing any worksheet, I must select a cell or a group of cells. So let's start with how to select cells or selecting cells. So here first point is select a cell or single cell. How can I select a single cell? To select a single cell, I just have to click on it. That is, if I want to select the cell number D4, then I have to click on it like this and the cell will get selected. Now select a range. If I want to select a particular range, that is, for example, I want to select the cells from B2 to B6, then first I will click on the cell B2 and then press the left button of the mouse and then drag it to the cell B6. So here you can see the cells from B2 to B6 get selected, and this will shown by a thick border line, and the cells which are get selected are highlighted. This is about selecting the continuous range. You can select a continuous range in a particular column, or you can also select in a particular row, or you can select multiple columns and multiple rows also, like this. Just press the left button of your mouse and then drag the cursor. Now this is about the continuous range, but if we want to select the non-continuous range, or a range which is not in the contiguous matter, so how can we select that? For selecting a non-contiguous range, first click on the first cell or select the first range, first continuous range. For example, this I selected the first continuous range. After that, press the control button from your keyboard and then select the next contiguous range, like this. Press the control button and then you can select the next contiguous range. Like this. So the cells which get selected are highlighted and you can easily see all these non-contiguous ranges get selected at the same time. Now moving around the cells. How can we move around the cells? The best and the simplest way is using the mouse. Using mouse, you can just click on the cell which you want to in which you want to move. Just click on the cell in which you want to move. And second way is using the keyboard. Using keyboard, you can move using the arrow buttons which are present on the keyboard. If you want to move up, so you can use the upward arrow. If you want to move down, then you can use the downward arrow. Same likewise for the left and right movements. Now a big question comes here. If I as you know, when I insert a new worksheet to my document or to my Excel spreadsheet, then the width of column or the height of row is not adjusted according to us. That is, if I want to adjust the width of my column or the height of my row according to my data, then how can we do that? For adjusting the width of a column, just place your cursor or place your pointer on the border line of the column, and then a double-headed arrow will appear. Then press the left button of your mouse and drag the boundary. Now like this, the width of your column widens. Or you can also adjust the width to the smaller or to the bigger one. For adjusting the height of, likewise for adjusting the height of a row, you can just point your pointer to the border line of the particular row and then press the left button of your mouse and then drag the mouse upward and downward. Then you can adjust the height of a particular row. Now entering text and numbers to your worksheet. How can you enter text and numbers to your worksheet? For entering text and numbers to your worksheet, simply click on the cell where you want to enter any value and then type the value. For example, I have clicked on the cell B3 and then I can type any value here, like name. Now I am in the cell C3, like class. So I can just enter the value, and the value can be text and or a number. You can also enter any number. For example, if I have a serial number here, then I can enter the value like this. Now next is, how can we enter the repeated data in our worksheet? That means, for example, here you can see a table. I have already created a table for you. Here you can see the table. See a table. For example, I want to fill the class of all the students, and the class is BA, suppose. So it is very untidy if I have to fill BA all the time, or I have to copy and paste BA for each and every cell. It is very untidy if the list is very large. It is very untidy process. So what can we do for this? We can use the autofill which is a feature of Microsoft Excel. That is autofill feature of Microsoft Excel. So we can fill the repeated data very easily. For example, I want to fill BA in all these cells. Then I just put my pointer on the below right hand side corner of the cell, and then press left button from the mouse. When a small plus sign appear, then I press the left button of my mouse and then drag it down through the cell I want to autofill the repeated data, and then release the left button, and here comes the magic. The BA filled auto-filled in all the cells automatically. So we can do it again. I can show you again how we will do it. Let's we have typed BA here, for example, and then place your cursor in the right below corner of the cell. When a bold plus sign appear, then click the left button of your mouse and then drag through the row to which you want to autofill, and then release the button of your mouse. Okay, now autofill a complex series. Autofill a complex series. For example, you want to fill the serial number here. That is, serial number cannot be repeated all the times. If I typed here 1, and likewise in the autofill, repeated autofill, if I do here, then all the rows will contain 1 1 1, but I want a complete series. So here what you have to do, just fill the first two numbers of your series and then select them and at the bottom right corner of your selection, if place your cursor and a bold plus sign appear, then press the left button of your mouse and then drag your mouse below and then release the left button of your mouse. The series will be auto filled. As you see, the series will get auto filled here. Likewise, we can also fill complex series like months of your months of an year, like January, February, March, April. There is no need to type each and every month. You can just type the first month, like here I have typed only January, but I can drag my mouse and all the months will appear here. Likewise, put the cursor on the bottom right corner of the cell and then press the left button of your mouse and then drag it till the month you want to fill. Like I want to fill till December. So it will get filled automatically. Likewise, you can fill the names of your week, names of the weeks and the dates. So this autofill feature of the Microsoft Excel makes the task very easy. Now, how can we border? As you see here, in these cells I have the borders. That is, in this table some cells have border but these cells do not have border. So how can we get the border outside our cell? For getting border outside our cell, select those cells and then here you see a square. Click on this, click on the arrow at the right hand side of this square and click all borders. Now you can see the cells which I have selected get the border. Now editing a cell content. How can we edit a cell content? For example, I want to edit this cell B5 content, that is I have typed the wrong name, so I want to edit the content of this cell. So I can just double click on this, and the cursor will appear and now I can edit it. Or simply I can select that cell. I have selected the cell B5 and now go to the formula bar, click on the formula bar and now you can edit the cell content using formula bar. As I told you earlier, using formula bar we can edit the cell contents. Now type here. So the contents of cell get edited like this. Now clearing cell contents. If I want to clear any cell content, that is I don't want any content in that cell, or I want to delete the content of a particular cell, then select that particular cell and then press delete from your keyboard. Just press delete from your keyboard. The cell content will get cleared. If I want to clear the cell contents of multiple cells, then how can we do that? Select those multiple cells, like I selected all these cells, and then press delete button from your keyboard. All the cell contents will get deleted. Now inserting and deleting cells. How can we insert or delete cells? For example, if I want to insert a cell below here, then just in my table, if I want to insert a cell in between these cells, then click on the cell number 3, click on the cell A7, select any cell in after which you want to insert a cell, and then you see here the insert button or insert command here. Click on the insert command, then insert cells. So here a dialog box appear. If you want to shift the cells right, want to shift the cells down, or entire row or entire column, आप पूरी रो को शिफ्ट करना चाहते हैं या पूरे कॉलम को शिफ्ट करना चाहते हैं, या फिर आप सिर्फ राइट में शिफ्ट करना चाहते हैं या डाउनवर्ड शिफ्ट करना चाहते हैं. So here I have selected shift cells down and then press OK. So a new cell will be inserted here and the cells below it goes down. Likewise, if I want to delete cells, delete a particular cell, then select that particular cell. For example, which cell I have currently inserted, I want to delete that cell. So I have selected that cell. I have to first select that cell and then click on delete command that is present on the ribbon above. Click on delete and then delete cells. It will again ask shift cells up, shift cells left, or entire row you want to delete or entire column you want to delete. So I have selected shift cells up. Then press OK. So the cell get deleted. Now inserting and deleting rows and columns. If I want to insert the entire column, or if I want to insert an entire row to my worksheet, how can we do that? Simply, we have to select a particular cell. If, for example, if I want to insert a new column, then select a particular cell in which left or right I want to insert a column. So I have selected this this cell, and then press on the insert button again, then press insert sheet column. Here you see the column is inserted at the left hand side of the cell that I have selected. So a complete column is get inserted, not a single cell. A complete column gets inserted into my sheet. Now I can type here roll number, so you can type the numerals and text also to your worksheet as I told you earlier. Okay. Likewise, if I want to insert a row, so I can select a particular cell and then again press the insert button and then insert sheet rows. So a row will be added above the cell which I have selected. Now merge and unmerge cells. How can we merge or unmerge cells? Before that, how to delete a particular column, sorry, I have forgot. We have seen how to insert particular column or row. Now how to delete particular column or row. Suppose I want to delete this column, just select any cell in this column and then press the delete button on the ribbon, delete command on the ribbon, and then delete the sheet column. Then that column get deleted. Likewise for the row, select any cell from that particular row, then go to the delete command and then delete sheet rows. So that particular row get deleted. Now merge and unmerge cell. For example, I have to give the heading to my table. So for example, my heading is attendance of all the months. But as you see, the contents cannot get fit into the single cell. So what can we do for this? For this, we can merge these cells to get a single cell in which my content get fit. To do this, we have to select multiple cells which we want to merge. For example, we want to merge all these cells, so I will select all these cells. I have selected all these cells. And then press merge and center. By pressing merge and center, all the cells which I have selected get merged, and the content which I have typed in the cell is centered to the merged cell. Now if I want to unmerge a particular cell, for example, I have merged these cells and now I want to unmerge it. So select the particular cell and then again click on the merge and center. The cells will get unmerged. Now how to highlight a particular cell or multiple cells? To highlight the particular cell or multiple cells, we have to select those cells. For example, I have selected these cells. and I want these cells to get highlighted. Then I click on the fill color button and then fill the colors in it, so the cells get highlighted. So this is how we can highlight the cells. Now sort a data in the worksheet. How can we sort a particular data in the worksheet? As you know, when we create some list, we have to sort those lists, or we have to sort. We at some time we want some sorted list out of that. It may be alphabetically. If I have some names and I want to sort it alphabetically, then it is very untidy process if I do it manually. So we can do it by using MS Excel very easily. Just select the particular cells you want to sort. For example, I have selected all these cells. As these cells contain the text, so it will be sorted into the dictionary order. And then click on the sort and filter command, which is present on the ribbon in the home tab, and then click on sort A to Z. We can sort in alphabetically from A to Z or from Z to A. So I have selected A to Z. Here a warning box will appear. You will select here continue with the current selection. We do not want to expand our selection. We just comfortable with the selection we have made. So continue with the current selection. Select here and then sort. So here you can see my names are get sorted alphabetically. If I want to sort the numbers, for example, I want to sort according to the roll numbers, then how can I sort my list? Just select the cells and then click on sort and filter. You can sort from smallest to largest, or you can sort from largest to smallest. So I have selected sort smallest to largest. Again the dialog box appear. Again you will choose continue with the current selection and then press sort. So my list gets sorted according to the roll numbers here. Now how to print a worksheet. Before talking about to print a worksheet, first you can quickly fine tune the worksheet in the page layout view to achieve professional looking results. In this view, you can see your data in context of printed pages. You can easily add or change page headers and footers, hide or display row and column headers, change the page orientation of printed pages, change the layout and format of data, use the rulers to measure the width and height of the data, and set margins for the printing. You can also set your print area, which area you want to print. So for printing, first you have to go to the page layout and then select the area you want to print, and then go to print area command. Press the print area command and then click on set print area. You can also change the orientation to portrait to landscape. That means if you want if you want to print it in portrait or in landscape, what orientation you want. Okay, and then press the office button and print. Office button, print, and go to the print preview. Here you can see all the columns are visible to us in the landscape view. But if I choose the portrait view, they will not select it. As you see here, the months after May are not visible here because my table is broader, so I can choose the landscape view. If my table is not broader, it is lengthy, so I can choose the portrait view. So this is about printing your worksheet, Excel worksheet. Next is formatting a worksheet. Now formatting a worksheet, formatting a worksheet means अभी तक हम क्या कर रहे थे, till now we have done the formatting in the cells, or we can say we have done the cell formatting, but we have not done the worksheet formatting. So for doing the worksheet formatting, what are the processes we have to do? Select a worksheet, name a worksheet, inserting and deleting a worksheet, moving and copying a worksheet. So first we will do the select a worksheet. So what we will do to select a worksheet? First click on the sheet tab, click a sheet on the sheet tab to display. Then the particular worksheet get selected. That means if you want to select a particular sheet, you have to click on the particular worksheet on the sheet tab. Okay, if you want to select more than a single worksheet, then press Ctrl and then select the other worksheets also. Now name a worksheet. How can we name a worksheet? For naming a worksheet, double click on the sheet tab for which sheet you want to rename or name. For example, sheet 2, I want to name the sheet 2. Then I will double click on the sheet tab on the particular sheet, and then this sheet will appear in this black box. Then type a name. So I am typing here attendance. And then press enter. So as you see, before this the name of this sheet is sheet 2. Now the name of this sheet is attendance. So you can name your multiple worksheets like this. Inserting and deleting a worksheet. As I told you earlier, for inserting a worksheet, just click on the insert worksheet button and the sheet will be inserted to your workbook or spreadsheet. For deleting a worksheet, just click on the sheet tab. Click on the sheet tab which you want to delete. For example, I want to delete sheet number 6. Right click on the sheet tab and then press delete. A dialog box will appear. It will ask you to permanently delete the data, then press delete, and your worksheet will get deleted. Moving and copying a worksheet. Now moving and copying a worksheet. How can we move a worksheet? Just click on the sheet tab. Click on the sheet tab of the worksheet you want to move. For example, I want to move sheet 1 and then hold down the mouse left button. For example, I want to move sheet 1. I place my pointer on the sheet 1 and then press the left button of my mouse and hold it, and when a paper like image appear, I will drag it and drop it where I want to move it. For example, I want to move it here between 3 and 4, then I will drag it here. So the sheet will appear between sheet 3 and sheet 4. Now copy a worksheet. If you want to create the copy of a particular worksheet, for example, I want to create the copy of worksheet attendance into the sheet 5. Then select that particular worksheet, click on the right button of your mouse and then press move or copy, and then sheet 5, create a copy, OK. So here you can see attendance and attendance 2. I have created the copy of attendance worksheet here. So now this is all for the formatting a worksheet. Now we will discuss about the Excel formulas and functions. Let's go to the sheet number 3. I have made a table, or I have already made a table for you for elaborating the formulas and functions. So let's discuss about the functions first. What are the functions? As you know, a function is a formula predefined by the Excel that operates with one or more values and returns a result that will appear directly in the cell or will be used to calculate the formula it contains. That is, a formula is the built-in, a function is the built-in formula. That is, we have multiple formulas in our mathematics, but Excel has some built-in formulas, and those built-in formulas are called the Excel functions. So we can use these built-in formulas to calculate something in our worksheet or make calculations easy in our worksheet. So let's talk about the functions. Here I will discuss only about the 3 functions: sum, count and max, because these are the generalized formulas which we use in our daily life. So let's talk about the first function, sum function. How can we use the sum function? For using sum function, we just have to type equals to sum and then the range of cells we want to sum. For example, in this worksheet, I want to sum the cells from C5 to F5. That is, I want to sum C5 to F5 to get the total marks. So I will write here the range of cells from which to which I want to sum. So here we can type the range like this: C5 colon F5, then bracket close, and then press enter. The sum will appear here. I am again telling you, equals to, then write sum, open bracket, then type the range C5 colon F5. We define the range by using colon, that is from C5 to F5, and then bracket close, and then press the enter button. Here the total marks of student A will be calculated, and we do not need to write the formula every time. We just have to type the formula one time in one cell, and then we can autofill other cells using the autofill feature of our MS Excel, which I told earlier. Like this, we can press we will place our cursor in the bottom right corner of the cell, and then press the left button of our mouse, and then drag till the row we want the sum, and the sum of all the rows will appear here automatically. Now count function. Count function works only for the rows or columns or the entries or the cells which contains numerals or numbers. It will not work for the text. So here, if I want to count the number of students, how can I count? I just write the formula equal count, bracket open, again range. For here the range is A5 to A9. I will type A5 colon A9, then bracket close, and then press enter. So here the number of students will appear here. So we have the total number of students using the count formula. Now maximum. Who among the students get the maximum marks in the exams? How can if we have large number of entries in our table, then it is very difficult process to find out the highest number or maximum number, scoring student from our list. It is very easy using the function max function in the MS Excel. So here I am doing it, equals to max, again open bracket, then range is from G5 to G9. So I am typing here G5 colon G9, then bracket close, and then press enter. So as you see, the maximum marks are 328, and these are shown here. Now we will talk about, you can also find out the minimum marks, or you can also find the minimum value from the number of entries using minimum function. Likewise, you can use the product function as you use the sum function. So there are many functions available in the Microsoft Excel. If you have any query about any function, you can tell me using the WhatsApp group, or you can ask your query in the WhatsApp group. Now we will talk about the formula. We can type any formula in the in the MS Excel formulas, you know what are formulas we use in the mathematics, or the operations we use in the mathematics, like simple operations like addition, multiplication, subtraction and division. And the composition of these operations make formulas, and these formulas can be applied to our MS Excel. For example, if I want to find out the percentage, then how can I find out the percentage? It is very simple. Just type equals to, because the formula of percentage is total multiplied by 100 and divided by the maximum marks. So here the total is contained in G5, so I am G5 cell, so I am typing the address G5 is multiplied by G5 is multiplied. So here for multiplication we use star symbol. G5 multiplied by 100 and divided by 400, and then press enter. Here comes the percentage, and again you can autofill the percentages using the autofill feature, like this. So all the percentages get calculated like this. So this is all for the Microsoft Excel basics. If you have any query about using Microsoft Excel, you can share your queries in the WhatsApp group. Thanks for watching.